Now to a new installment in our backstory series where we aim to provide you with substantive reporting about one key figure in this presidential campaign, totally apart from all of that punditry or horse race coverage. And we are eyeing this race at a time of mounting expectations about Joe Biden's running mate.
Before we get into all this shit, I just want to start by saying, Black America, what in the fuck has happened to us as a group? We have some serious motherfucking problems. We do not understand European terrorism. We don't understand the Klan, as in the KKK. We don't understand anything about European war tactics. But here we go.
He's been talking up a ticket, offering gender and potentially racial diversity, while others are demanding it.
And I commit that I will, in fact, pick a woman to be vice president. Among them, there are 4 black women. You have to have someone who you know.
Would Kamala Harris fit that bill?
I think so.
A black woman running mate is necessary.
Some of us are wanting to see a black woman on the ticket as vice president.
We believe that the vice president must choose a black woman.
Joe Biden saying his short list does include 4 black women, and our series will be reporting on several of these potential contenders, beginning right now with one of them, his very recent.
I hope y'all caught that. They talking about black women and they show Elizabeth Warren. But okay.
Rival Kamala Harris. She's nationally known for her presidential run, but Harris is actually very new to national politics.
They talking about black women for VP. Black America, do you understand that we have traitors among us? These people have plans to do us in as a group.
In fact, could be easy to forget right about now with everything that's gone on, but Harris just entered the U.S. Senate in the most recent presidential cycle, winning her first federal office the same night as Donald Trump won the White House.
Kamala Harris will replace fellow Democrat Barbara Boxer as the next U.S. Senator from the Golden State.
Have now confirmed that Secretary Clinton has conceded to Donald Trump.
There's one star who hasn't been talked about tonight who is going to be talked about a lot, and her name is Kamala Harris.
Now, you know if you see that butt kisser, you know it's all bad.
What Donald Trump is offering in terms of policy is as radical a departure from normal American politics as anything that has ever happened in any of our lifetimes.
That was November 8th.
You know, Black America, what the fuck has happened to us as a group? Like, why are we as a people not willing to get the fuck off of this European fucking hamster wheel? This goddamn merry-go-round that they done had us on for the last 500 years. Why in the fuck do y'all want to continue to be insane with these European terrorists and these fucking dumbass systems that they have?
2016, remember it? Harris has been in federal office just as long as Trump. But the bulk of her career and a key reason she's on this short list stems from her many more years as a prosecutor. And she's spoken about how her upbringing as the daughter of 2 immigrant parents informed her views. She went to Howard and then University of...
You see, she's talking about her parents are immigrants and all that broad, that woman, whatever the fuck that terrorist sympathizer, she does not see herself as a black woman. And if she does see herself as a black woman, she sure the fuck doesn't say it until now. And she sure the fuck don't see herself as Black America, because guess what? She is not.
California Law School and went straight to work in a DA's office.
Hey, matter of fact, before I forget, black people, y'all need to start asking, y'all need to start investigating into these fucking, between the butt kissers and the Europeans. You have to start asking questions, like all of these people that we see, like what positions do they hold in the Klan? Are they grand wizards? Are they grand dragons? Are they grand titans? Are they grand giants? Are they grand cyclops? What position do these Klan members hold? They keep on coming to us talking about all this other monkey ass shit. People of color, minorities, and all this other shit. We are not people of color. We are black America. Stop letting these motherfuckers talk stupid.
And she jumped into a 2004 race against the incumbent San Francisco DA at a time when no black woman had ever been a DA across California's 58 offices. Harris won, pledging public safety and smart on crime policies, drawing national notice.
There's a great district attorney in San Francisco whose name is Kamala Harris. She's brilliant, she's smart, she doesn't look anything like anybody you ever see on Law and Order, yet she's tough and she's got a big future. They call her the female Barack Obama.
Back then, there was plenty of political pressure to be tough on crime. That's a context to keep in mind because things have been shifting.
Tough on crime. You notice how many times they done said that shit? Tough on crime means busting your black ass over the fucking head. Tough on crimes mean fucking turning their goddamn slave patrol loose on you and your fucking family, your kids, and even the goddamn dog.
Fast in the years since. And Harris appeared to walk a line, stressing support
the Klan
for law enforcement and crime fighting,
Klan
while
members.
also condemning police brutality and racism.
Klan members, all of them.
It is a myth to say that African Americans don't want law enforcement.
For one, she is not African American. For two, who in the fuck is she speaking for? Because she sure the fuck don't speak for me. And for three, there is no black American that I know, including myself, that would have any fucking need for the European terrorist group called the fucking Slave Patrol, aka the motherfucking police.
We do. We want our grandmothers to be able to walk to church and be safe. We want our babies to be able to walk to the park and be safe. What we don't want is racial profiling. What we don't want is...
Black America, they are fucking spitting in our face and telling us it's fucking rain, man. Why the fuck are these people feeling like they can just sit up here and talk all this stupid shit? They don't give a fuck about no racial... This motherfucking woman right here locks up black people like it's going out of style. She is a European terrorist sympathizer, Klan member, whatever y'all want. They are. This is the Klan all over again, and they house Negroes.
Is excessive force. What we don't want is to have our civil liberties and civil rights be stripped, but we do want law enforcement.
In office, Harris also pushed some tough enforcement policies like...
You know, it's the same government that had boats and planes and trains and 18-wheelers with brand new vehicles loaded on them full of drugs, and they brought them to the black community. This is the same group of people, the same organization that pumped poison into our communities and then turn around and send us to jail for it.
Threatening to jail parents if their children missed school.
We will be prosecuting in cases where we find that there are parents who are not allowing or sending their children to school.
And Harris went from being the only black female DA in that blue state, again out of 58, to becoming California.
Whatever the fuck Kamala Harris is, she the show the fuck ain't black. I can tell you that.
His first black female AG, a barrier-breaking rise. And statewide office spurred talk of higher political prospects. The Senate, the White House. And this is where Harris's career is especially...
These people are Klan members. There is no court of fucking law. The only thing is there's court of bust niggas upside the head. That's it. Send us to jail. Send us to the morgue. Wipe us the fuck out. And remain and hold on to every fucking thing that they fucking stolen. What in the fuck is wrong with black America where we done let these motherfuckers feel like they can talk this shit?
Nuanced. Navigating those legal offices is different than the progressive pressures in a very blue state or the National Democratic Party.
How are they tough on crime? When are they tough on crime? Nobody commits more crimes than the Europeans. They steal every fucking thing that's not fucking tied down.
Which has been under pressure to revise its past embrace, as you probably know, of now controversial crackdowns and crime bills. But let's be clear. For decades, Democratic politicians have invoked prosecutor credentials and tough on crime stances with very little blowback. While recently, Harris and other Democrats have faced...
How is there a tough on crime stance when half of the Europeans in America are not in fucking jail?
criticism for now being part of a system that jails more people per capita than most countries on earth, including a disproportionate number of poor people and people of color.
Man, fuck y'all, dog. And that's real talk, because y'all letting these motherfuckers talk about people of color. Ain't no people of color sitting in no fucking jail. Ain't no people of... George Floyd wasn't no... I don't even like George Floyd, but he wasn't no people of color, but he sure got his ass whooped, didn't he? Ain't no people of color in no prisons. Ain't no foreigners underneath these prisons. You will only find black America in these fucking jails. These fucking these hell holes that they call penitentiaries.
As DA, Harris touted rising conviction rates, and she shared her own pride at policies that she said were sending more people to prison. Now, Harris's allies say the job here for prosecutors is to win cases they bring, not lower conviction rates. Critics say she was wrong to emphasize prison when a core reform is pushing alternatives to prison for many of these offenses. Now, it's worth noting how some of these issues were viewed at the time. Harris's conviction rate and some of those policies were touted by some as a plus.
With a 90% conviction rate, superstar prosecutor Kamala Harris made history when she was elected California's...
So they got the European terrorist sympathizer Oprah Winfrey, and on her show is Kamala Harris. So for all you butt kissing niggas out there, this is what European terrorism look like. This is European warfare right here. She gets all the props. She gets a high conviction rate of locking your black asses up. But we still think that we can vote for terror. What the fuck part about terrorists, black America, do we not fucking understand?
First African-American female district
Klan members, all of them. The Klan everywhere.
Great to have you with us. San Francisco District Attorney Kamala Harris started breaking ground the moment she stepped into office.
So it's worthwhile for accuracy to see how everyone from Oprah to reporters were looking at that then. But now and recently, you have progressives who argue that Harris's record makes her an imperfect vessel for today's reform agenda, and insists she can't simply name herself a progressive prosecutor when running for higher office. They have examples. They point to her fighting a losing...
Do you realize that all of these butt-kissing Negroes sit up here and fight against reparations? This is the same fucking broad that says that she ain't going... Okay, this is the same person that says she ain't going to do a goddamn thing for your black ass.
Losing battle as AG to keep a wrongfully convicted man in prison
But she black,
after
though.
a judge ordered his release, and to a then 25-year-old reality TV contestant from Oakland, Jamal Trulove, whose Harris's office convicted for murder. He was facing...
These people are terrorists. This is a terrorist organization. Black America, there is no such thing as justice in a terrorist organization.
Up to life in prison, but that case had some key holes. No physical evidence. Over 20 witnesses allegedly saw the victim die, but there was no eyewitness able to clearly identify him. And when one person identified a potentially different person as a suspect, detectives allegedly pressed them back on whether maybe it was still that.
Look at them Klan members in the back of her. She takes pride in sending black America to fucking jail, and if she can, they gonna send them boys and they gonna send your ass to the fucking morgue.
At defendant Trulove. And why am I telling you all this? Because the facts matter. Judges found prosecutors did fabricate information and mislead the jury, and committed highly prejudicial misconduct, leading to a rare reversal of a murder conviction. In another trial, a jury found police detectives were making up evidence and...
You know what's ridiculous is they try to fucking keep you insane. These motherfuckers have been doing the same shit over and over and over. And I'm gonna say it again. When is Black America getting off this fucking hamster wheel?
hiding things that would have helped him show his innocence. A jury gave him $13 million. True Love himself spoke out about how it felt to have Harris signing those briefs against him.
You see Kamala Harris' name at the bottom. And now it's starting to feel a little personal. I'm not necessarily saying I'm looking for an apology, but some acknowledgement from her.
You know, whether we like it or not, there are a lot of black men in prison right now who didn't do a goddamn thing.
That she could have messed up will be, of course, that'll be huge.
That's a single case that drew scrutiny, but there are others, including a judge finding other mishandling of evidence that led to hundreds of cases tossed. Now, Harris's allies argue any government lawyer will lose some cases and have rulings against their handling of evidence sooner or later, especially over time in appeals.
This is the Klan. This is the Klan's lapdog. All of these people that you are seeing are put into place to help continue the fucking terrorism.
Harris herself points to her own reform agenda, citing racial bias training for law enforcement on that when she had those jobs, improving the tracking of police killings, and launching a program to help.
How you gonna reform racist ass white folks? I mean, I'll wait. I mean, if anybody can tell me, how do you reform the Klan? How do you reform a terrorist? How do you reform a killer, a thief? How do you reform these people? Because I would love to fucking know.
Help some drug offenders get jobs that sparked others around the nation. Now, as Biden considers Harris during this reckoning for race and police in America, she also makes an argument.
Look at the fucking look they giving each other. They basically already know if them motherfuckers get in the office, they are going to terrorize our black asses again.
That you might be hearing again soon if she were picked. The idea that almost any prosecutor's office will face these criticisms, okay. But she asks, do progressives and minorities and civil rights advocates want to be on the...
And it's so fucked up because they got black America so goddamn dumb that you sit up and think that these motherfuckers really up here arguing and debating with each other and they're really mad at each other. Man, get the fuck out of here. It's all a fucking game. And it's all a game. You know, they're laughing at us because we the butt of the joke because we still don't understand the Klan or European terrorism.
Inside to make these tough calls or not.
When we want to change and reform systems, we should also be on the inside where the decisions are being made as a way to make change. I decided to go up the rough side of the mountain. Yes. I do realize that. Prosecutors have an incredible amount of power.
So prosecutors have an incredible amount of power. So that means that the reason why you don't see half of white America in fucking jail is because their prosecutors are put into place to lock your black ass up.
Don't we want that the people who are making the decision are also the people who attend our church, whose children play with our children? Don't we want that?
Nah, fuck no. I don't want my kids playing with no terrorists, man. Fuck all that. I do not want my fucking kids or my fucking family around no goddamn terrorist that's been lying for 500 motherfucking years.
Are we saying that we should not be prosecutors?
These are real dilemmas to think through. Anyone rushing to tell you they have it all figured out one way or the other might not have done enough of the thinking. And we should also know that Harris faces all this pretty much head on. When we partnered on a candidate forum on prison reform, inside literally an old prison, you see there, Harris showed up. And when several other candidates didn't, she walked in with us She spoke to formerly incarcerated people there.
How the fuck are you going to reform the justice system from the inside when you are one of the fucking terrorists that insist on sending niggas to jail? Think about it. All these motherfuckers is going to do, Black America, is just find another way to abuse our ass. That's it. All of these people are terrorists and they cannot be negotiated with.
I am the only person on that debate stage who has dedicated their life to reforming this criminal justice system. There are a lot of people who have language now about it, but I would ask you to challenge them, ask them, what have they actually done to reform the criminal justice system? And then I will have more of a conversation with you about my record.
If you go look at her record, so basically she's lived her whole life reforming the justice system, basically meaning keeping as many white people and people who consider themselves to be white out of prison and putting as many Black Americans in jail as she can get her fucking hands on.
That was her argument there. We show you it here so you can think about it in the context of what you just saw in the way that she approached both tough, harsh, and smart on crime policies. Now, beyond even those specific issues, when Kamala Harris did enter the Senate, boy, she has often shined in the same role that some are objecting to when you think about it, as a tough, no-nonsense prosecutor.
It's a really specific question.
I would like to know the person you're thinking of, because what...
How the fuck is she a tough prosecutor and they're all fucking Klan members, European terrorists, and the little lapdogs? They're all in on it, but yet they want to give us the illusion that they're arguing amongst each other. How dumb are we?
What if there's...
I think you're thinking of someone and you don't want to tell us. Has the president or anyone at the White House ever asked or suggested that you open an investigation of him?
Man, all of these motherfuckers are criminals and crooks. I'm just saying.
Anyone, yes or no, please, sir?
The president or anybody else?
Seems you'd remember something like that and be able to tell us.
If I could just read this.
But no, please don't, because I actually have read it, and I'm sure most have.
Black America, just understand that this whole fucking buffoon show, this whole monkey show, if your black ass did half of the shit some of these European terrorists done, they would execute you.
My question is very specific. It's a yes or no, please. Sir, I have just a few...
Will you let me quiet? I'm not able to be rushed this fast. It makes me nervous.
Democrats are certainly looking for someone who makes Trump officials so nervous they admit it under oath. And the Biden campaign is vetting every part of these potential running mates' public lives, from ideology and policy to their whole vibe. And Harris has also showed a pretty fun side campaigning. She posted her playlist.
Hey, I'm going to tell you this much. I don't know when the fuck we're going to wake up. Maybe it's going to be too fucking late, and our people as a group may never wake the fuck up. So that means you bastards are going to fucking die. And so, and for the ones that don't want to die, I guess I will see you down the road somewhere. But these motherfuckers are terrorists with plans to wipe out Black America.
She danced on the campaign trail, and well, this is the beat. So, of course, we did have to ask her about music when we sat down in an earlier interview, talking everything from a Parliament Funkadelic fan's perspective to a question asking her to complete the sentence, Kamala Harris is.
My great regret on my Spotify list is I failed to put on one of my most favorite performers ever, Bootsy.
Bootsy Collins.
Of course.
From P-Funk.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Because
I love Bootsy. I Funkadelic. Are you kidding me?
This is the same fucking bitch that sat up here and told black people, I'm not doing shit for your black ass.
Kamala Harris is.
Almost done with this interview.
Fact check, true. She finished that interview shortly thereafter. She's clearly kept busy, as you see. And we should note, after that aired, the legendary bassist Bootsy Collins responded, shouting her outright back.
See, they always know where to find a fucking house nigga. They'll pull a house nigga out they ass in a second. They only look at black Americans as being good for chasing balls, chasing a football, chasing a basketball, being a dumbass mass singer, fucking going into a basketball stadium and twerking. That's all you good for. That's all we get. And they know that. And what's so fucked up is we so fucking goofy and we so fucked up in the head that you can't even tell by the conversations that these people are having that they have literally erased us out of the conversation. But we don't fucking know that. We can't see that shit. Why? Because we too worried about watching basketball or fucking going online talking about each other like some fucking dumbass fools.
Saying, that's my girl, end quote. So Harris clearly has Bootsy's vote of confidence. No one knows whether Joe Biden will be following suit, but this is an interesting and important time. Senator Harris stands astride so many fault lines in the Democratic Party and America right now. The demands for diversity and power in this Trump era. A reckoning for a deeply cruel justice system. And then this atavistic debate over who can deliver fundamental change. The experienced people who know the system, who did the work, or new people.
Fundamental change, says the European terrorist. How do you change a killer? How do you change a thief? How do you change a pedophile? Like how do you change a terrorist? Fundamental change. Like, they always bring up Martin Luther King, and that man spoke of nonviolence, and y'all still killed him. So what in the fuck is fundamental change that these European terrorists keep talking about? I think it is to finish wiping our black asses off the face of the earth while we sit here and LGBT and BLM it up like some fucking idiots.
People with zero fidelity to the system's antiquated traditions. Well, if you watch this show, you may know this by now. When we do special reports or this backstory series, we don't try to resolve all these questions, let alone weigh in on who should be the running mate. But we are trying to raise them and look at them with the facts.